Imagine you're a kid and every time you mess up, the coach yells at you. Well, you're going to be anxious all the time, right? Well, that's what harsh self-talk does. We think it helps to motivate ourselves, but mostly it just keeps us on edge. So the bad coaches, they dominate through fear and shame. The good coaches, they still challenge us to improve, but they do it with support, with kindness, and a belief in our ability to grow. They let you know, yeah, mistakes are part of learning, and you're still worthwhile. Anxiety eases when you treat yourself like someone worth supporting.
You know, trial and error. You know, you grow up and you make game-winning shots and it's awesome. You come back the next day and miss a game-winning shot and it's misery. And then the next day comes and you're back playing again, and you understand that life has this cyclical nature where it's, you know, what you do on Monday, it's fantastic, but then Tuesday is a bad day. But guess what? There's Wednesday. Yeah. So are we just supposed to live our lives like this the whole time? You know, versus just staying like this and understanding that it's really just a journey of evolution every day. It's just constant improvement, constant curiosity, constantly getting better. The results don't really matter. It's the figuring out that matters.
Yeah, and we all get obsessed about the results.
Yeah.
Like we get obsessed about like the output, not the input, of not figuring it out and not like changing things. What you said, trial and error, like the experimenting.
Yeah.
We forget to do that.
Live different. Keep God first. And I'm not gonna lie, chat. I see it from the beginning. Y'all know my whole story. Y'all know what I'm about. Y'all know how I am. I gotta be able to stew it for all the times that I have been down, come from the shelter. From now, like, I think about it for my mom. Like, I'm really doing this for my family, my friends, everybody. I don't even got a lot to say, but I'm really gonna reminisce this over, chat. Like, for real, like, no cap. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Music aside, chat. Like, for real. Please chase whatever goals you got in life. Like, literally, and be kind to everybody. And just it's so much people that is grinding. And if they just had the chance, they would go crazy. So don't take it for advantage.
I need to have a course in front of me. I need to have something in front of me for me to get my ass up and do some shit. And that used to be me. And nowadays, you know, shit, for the past 20-some years, I don't need fucking purpose. And people miss out on this, man. The purpose, we're all looking for this golden purpose. Is it this? Is it that? Is it making money? Is it my family? Motherfucking purpose is you. We forget that. Every fucking day I wake up and I don't want to do some fucking shit. I'm like, okay, man, do you want to be a bitch today? Do you want to feel like a little bitch? Do you want to walk around all day knowing that you could, but you didn't? So it's perform without purpose. You have to learn how to get up and do shit when you ain't got no 5K, no 10K, nothing. Nothing exists. Your life fucking sucks. You're in the dungeon. But guess what, motherfucker? I'm still going to get it. Because when that time comes, because the time is gonna come, when that purpose is there, you'll be ready.
When I first came into like being a teenager, and when I started getting doors closed on me, I just was like, well, I'm gonna do like everybody else and I'm gonna pop my trunk. I saw examples of it in different categories and felt automatically when I got to the age of wanting to become self-made or support my own ambitions, you know that's the step. My advice would be define who you are and what you are and be clear on that, meditate on that, and then live and die by it. Can't break the rules, the fundamental rules. Be a man of your word. Do what you say you're gonna do. Respect people the way you would like to be respected. You know, my reach was the people that know me. So when you really think about it, who put me on? And those people.
Yeah.
You know, and they spent $5 with me. My sales pitch used to be, you know, if it's garbage, throw it out the window, bro. I know your lifestyle. Yeah. Cause it's my lifestyle. I'm speaking to your lifestyle. It's very concise what the content of this record is. But if it's garbage, toss it out the window. I just want $5. And people supported me when they didn't have a reason to, just based on, you know what, you a young person trying, and I'm gonna support the ambition.
That's the last stage. I hope y'all know that's the final boss fight. It's holding on to your sexual energy. Some of the hardest shit you can ever do in your life. Once you do that, you have escaped the matrix officially. If you can control your sexual energy, you have escaped the matrix. Because now, bro, you control everything about you. A woman can't, bro, you would catch a flight just for that. Listen, I'm a victim. You will go all around the world to get some. I'm a victim. Once you stop giving that shit attention to put all that energy to yourself, bro, you don't even need to meditate, damn near. Bro, sexual energy is some of the most potent energy I have ever experienced. And I'm gonna say that right now. I went 200 plus days and it haven't been the same since. I ain't nowhere near that shit.
People, look, it's not a superpower to retain and all this stuff. Eventually it can be, but it's not gonna make you glow. It's not gonna. It's the byproduct of doing those things, conquering yourself. That's what I like to call it. When you conquer yourself, you conquer your lust. When you conquer your desires, that's what makes you glow. That energy that's what's inside of you. You know what I'm saying? People not just gonna walk through you're retaining. You know, maybe now since it's such a talked about theme, but they gonna be like, man, that's just something about you, man, or you know what I'm saying? Even if they don't, you feel better about yourself when you learn to control your desires and not dig into that life. But over the course of those 8 months, especially after that first few weeks and first months and stuff, those desires started to lessen.
There's two things that can get you over a girl. I would say is getting with another girl that make you feel better than the last girl, or putting it all into your work or glowing up work-wise. Yeah. I think the best one is putting it all into your work.
Yeah, for sure.
Because ain't nothing gonna hurt a girl better than you going up.
Yeah, going up for surely.
Yeah. So you never get over a girl. You never get over people that you mess with. That's why you gotta pick wisely. Yeah. Because even though you think you're getting over her, things that you're doing to try to get over her, that's just showing that you're not over her. You feel me? She left a scar on you. You feel me? You don't want nobody to leave no scars. Now, I ain't never met no girl who ever did no shit like that to me. But the one thing that broke my heart with a girl, she left me, right? And I want her so bad. I felt like she gonna be my wife and everything, but she just ain't want me no more. And I was like, I just had to accept it. It hurt me so bad that I ain't want to talk to a girl for like a whole year. And I really didn't. I ain't text a girl, ain't call a girl, ain't touch a girl.
If you don't love yourself, bro, nobody else is gonna love you, bro. You know what I'm saying? So first off, it all starts with self-love, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you get to a point where you love yourself, you're gonna start taking care of yourself. You're gonna start dressing better. You're gonna start eating better. You're gonna start feeling better. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna start having confidence. And once you start having confidence, people is gonna start seeing you have confidence. The way you walk gonna be better. The way you talk gonna be better. The way you feel gonna be better. The way you live is gonna be better, bro. You know what I'm saying? Type shit, nigga. So start loving yourself, bro. Start taking care of yourself. Start taking yourself shopping and start buying yourself nice things and things of that nature, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because once people see how you love you, they want to love you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're going to end that off.
You need to love yourself. You need to build your self-esteem. And I think the first step to loving yourself and building your self-esteem is to ask yourself, why don't you love yourself? Or accept the fact that you're not happy with yourself.
Man, I see the problem with y'all, bro. The problem that y'all be having is y'all be thinking that y'all need people to support y'all in order to succeed, when that's false. That's not true. That is absolutely incorrect, but you don't need nobody to support you, bro. I don't care who it is. You don't need your mama, you don't need your daddy, you don't need your grandpa, you don't need your friends, you don't need your dog, you don't need your cat, you don't need your turtle, you don't need your squirrel. You don't need nobody, bro, except you and the man upstairs, bro. That's it, bro. Because at the end of the day, bro, you got people who only gonna support you once they start seeing progress, bro. They only gonna support you when they start seeing you grow. They only gonna support you when they start seeing your grind finally pay off. And that's just how it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like me, bro, I only had 2 people to support me on my YouTube grind, bro. And that's my own brother and one of my homeboys, bro. Other than that, nobody cared. Nobody thought I was gonna make it. Nobody thought I was gonna be where I'm at except me. That's why I say you don't need support system, bro. Nobody cares, bro. Nobody cares until you already there. Nobody cares until they see a little buzz behind your name. That's when they want to hop on a little train and say, hey, bro, I've been supporting you, bro. I rock with the grind, bro. No, bro. I don't want to hear that now. Because me, I used to DM people on Twitter. people that I ain't even know, people that I was just randomly DMing people. The link to my YouTube, hey bro, can you know what I'm saying, subscribe to my channel? It'll help me out a lot. Get what they say? No. Get what they say? No. And now, 2-3 years later, 4 years later, the same people who going back and seeing that I DM'd them 3 years ago, guess what they saying? Oh, bro, I ain't even know you was gonna be this big, bro. My bad, bro. No!
Your depression comes from a lack of self-value. The last thing you need in your life is a woman. See, people think that having someone in their life that's gonna make them feel a certain way is gonna make their problems go away. But don't understand that, it's just temporary, okay? Who you are before you know somebody is not gonna be any different the minute that they leave you. You have to fix the problem first. Don't put it on somebody else to fill that void, cover that gap that you need to fix in your life. See, emotional attachment is just a band-aid for your problems. You're depressed because you're not the person you know you're supposed to be. You're depressed because every time you're supposed to be doing something, you refuse to do it and turn to your weaker self. And every time you keep doing that, you need another shoulder to lie on. And that's when a woman comes in. See, and now you're comfortable. Now no matter who you are, you got somebody that loves you. And that's gonna make you stagnant. You have to fix who you are before you find somebody else, or else you're just gonna ruin both of you. Get to work.
Let's start with you wanting to be somebody. Can't nobody make you want to be successful. Can't nobody give you no drive. That's something like, you have to develop that within yourself, bro. Can't nobody make you get up in the morning, or you should go out here and fill out that job application, or you should try, like, bro, you look, as a man or as a woman, you should want to be somebody. You should want to take care of your kids, make your mama happy. You gotta change, bro. Just to go ahead and kill a misconception of them that they have of you, and to prove something to yourself that you can be somebody, that you can make it to this world. Because best believe it's people around here like, oh, he ain't got no job, he always asking for money, or he always asking for her money, he can't pay the bills, he don't take care of his kids, his car no, he always bum me. It's somebody always got, they always got something to say, bro. So best believe in this lifetime, right now, if you can do something that's productive, if you can help somebody with it, do it.
I think the most important relationship that you need to have is low-key a relationship with yourself. Because it's like, how you gonna have a good relationship with somebody else, whether it's friendship, girlfriend, boyfriend, and things of that nature, if you don't even have a good relationship with yourself first? How you gonna love somebody and you don't even love yourself first? See, that's where everybody be going wrong. Like, they be asking me, why you ain't got no girlfriend? Why you ain't in no relationship? Because I had to step away from relationships in order to, you know what I'm saying, start to like learn myself and learn what I like to do on my own. You know what I'm saying? Now, since I did that, I became like low-key, I became like a better person for somebody else. See, before I was low-key insecure, you know what I'm saying? I was judgmental and things of that nature. But when I stepped away from relationships and started working on myself, you know what I'm saying, and get in a better relationship with myself, now the next time I get in a relationship, bro, I'm gonna be like the best boyfriend in the world. But I had to get away from relationship first in order to start that process. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you feel me?
A lot of the issues that we have in our world today and in our own lives is because there's a lack of respect. There's a lack of respect for people. There's a lack of respect for yourself. There's a lack of respect for space and boundaries and the whole nine. It's crazy. But respect goes a long way. You'll get to a point in your life where you realize that respect is the only thing that a person can truly pay you. You'll be able to make your own money. You'll be able to, create your own happiness and joy. And respect as well. You got to respect yourself first. It's like, you can't pay me nothing. Just respect me. And I'm not demanding some respect, in the way that you would have to grovel at my feet, but don't disrespect me. You know what I'm saying? And if I hold other people to that standard, I have to hold myself to that standard. I have to be my biggest fan.
It's not limited to music, that point of view. It's not just about making music. It's just about, a mentality, in my opinion. Just, how to take your lumps in life. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna take your L's. You're gonna have your ups and downs. So just a philosophy or a point of view on how to look at the journey. You know what I mean? You got where you at, you got where you're trying to be. And then you got all this shit in between that's not gonna matter when you get here. You know what I mean? So I feel like And it was a way of inspiring myself also, just like a pep talk I was telling myself while I was in a vulnerable moment.
It's just speaking to like the convo you have with yourself when you outside of the opportunities, but you know your actions and your mentality are success, but the reality of your situation is.
You said it. It's about just the authenticity and the honesty. I'm not in, a culture of going outside hustling every day no more. I'm not in a culture of, being involved with gang activity anymore. At that moment, for me to make art, I had to reflect on reality, and so it would be untrue. If I was talking about balling or talking about owning businesses, I didn't. But as my life changed and as the reality, what I was actually living changed, I had to change what fueled the art, you know what I mean? And I think that's what keep it accessible to people. You got people that, not to cut you off again,
No.
You got people that been removed from the streets for years and it's still what's the dominant narrative in their music, and we lose touch with it because it don't have the same texture as when it was actually what they was doing.
There's a certain element of truth in everything, and the creativity generally comes from personal experiences first, and then you kind of look on a broader scope of, okay, how do you take something extremely personal and then channel it in a way for masses to understand or get their arms around, sort of thing. But it always starts in the element of truth, and then you start unpacking that by sitting in thought.
The motivational type of level is because make your fucking TikTok and go crazy. Stop being lazy. Fuck, bro. Every day you don't work towards your goal, guess what? You're yourself over. Here's how I look at it. You guys are constructors. The people that build houses and shit. You work in construction. Every day that you do something and you gain a follower or you get a view or something, you're adding a brick to your wall. Fortunately, I've been grinding my ass off for the past 2 years. My shit is pretty high up. Every day I had to stack bricks. Brick after brick after brick. You stack that shit tall. I want you motherfuckers. There's 15,000 people. Make something of your life. You could get knocked down up it. Guys, when you're a baby and you first start trying to walk, right? What happens? You keep falling over and shit. You get back up and you keep walking and shit, right? Do the same shit. Apply that shit with this shit. Not many people can do it. Not many people can do it. I'm being serious, bro. But it takes a lot of. This is one of the hardest things to do. Is to make it as the 1% of people that do entrepreneurship, rapping, music, whatever the fuck it is, bro.
Man, so especially if you in your 20s, bro. Especially, look, after you turn 18, life is on you. I don't care what nobody say. Life is on you after you turn 18. So if you still sitting up there, you playing the PlayStation on your couch, PS4, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that all day, you ain't got nothing going for yourself. You keep telling people, all right, you watch when I get rich. Y'all gonna hate on me when I get rich. You watch when I? You ain't gonna get rich, bro. Don't nothing come to nobody that's sitting on the couch. Don't nothing come to you worth having. You gotta go out there and get it, bro. Straight up. If you like playing games, invent one. As soon as you go out there and tell them, hey, I want to invent a game. Let me see your background. Let me see your dude. Do you know how to do this? Do you know how to? They're gonna be like, no. But guess what? Don't take that no for an answer. Listen to your boy. Go make you a game some way, somehow. Get you a McDonald's job to try to fund some way, somehow. You got to do it, bro. Never take no for an answer.
Does it bother you that so many people are happy to see you fail?
Absolutely not. Because at the end of the day, all the people that was rooting on me to fail, at the end of the day, they got to wake up tomorrow and have the same life that they had before they woke up today. They got the same personal problems that they had today. And I'm gonna continue to live the way I want to live and continue to do the things that I want to do with me and my family and be happy with that. So, they can get a few days or a few months or whatever the case may be on being happy about not only myself, but the Miami Heat not accomplishing their goal, but, they got to get back to the real world at some point.
You ain't got it. It's time to stay focused. It's time to decide, fuck clubs, fuck partying, fuck trying to fit in and socialize, rub elbows with everybody so people can stop calling you weird. Why are you so antisocial? Because I'm trying to get it. Why are you staying on the basketball court so much? Because I'm trying to get it. Why are you out there practicing in the hot sun when ain't nobody else out there? Because I'm trying to get it. Why are you not clubbing? Like every time I text you and invite you to go do something fun and cool, you always studying. Because I'm trying to get it. Let me tell you something, homie. These women ain't going nowhere. These clubs, these parties, all this shit ain't going nowhere. The more weird you are is a reflection of how committed you are to focusing on your shit, molding and shaping and developing your ideas and your craft so that when it's time for you to make your rounds, you gon' fly. Stop running around here trying to live up to the hype, homie. You on the bus stop with the new iPhone 6. That shit don't make no sense. I'm just keeping it real, man. I'm tired of the games. Y'all out here trying to slip everybody Mickeys, taking pictures on Instagram of your money. You ain't got it. You ain't got it.
But somewhere along the line, you changed. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. And when things got hard, you started looking for something to blame, like a big shadow. Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what your worth, then gotta be good with your work. But you gotta be willing to take your work. And not pointing fingers at you. You know what you want to do because of
And he doesn't put, listen, God would never put anything in your mind if he didn't know you could achieve it. It's that simple. So that thought you have in your mind, embrace it. Embrace it instead of just not doing it. That thing you have right there in your mind, go at it. It doesn't matter. Again, a lot of people are talking about religion right now. It do not matter if you're Muslim, if you're Christian, if you whatever book you're reading, whatever it is, if you have faith in the Lord and in God, that feeling right there, don't neglect it. Now, to circle back to why I'm saying all of this, it's because I want to always be honest with y'all, always, and listen to me. It's going to be a long journey to where I want to be at, and as long as you're prepared for that, then it's a whole different story. Then you're good. As long as you know that in the first place, then you're good.
You're going to lose sleep. You'll doubt whether it'll work. You'll stress to make ends meet. You won't finish your to-do list. You'll wonder whether you made the right call and have no way to know for years. This is what hard feels like, and that's okay. Everything worth doing is hard, and the more worth doing it is, the harder it is. The greater the payoff, the greater the hardship. If it's hard, good. It means no one else will do it. More for you.
And that's when you got to figure out what's right for you, you know what I mean? And, you know, just because that's my thing, you know, even if it is your thing, you know, figure it out, do what you got to do, you know. I did what I did, and I made it in a positive way. And I feel like anybody could do it, straight up.
It don't matter how many times you fumble in terms of, like, feeling that something. You know what I'm saying? I say that because I'm always up some when it comes to the gym. But check this out, you always see me back in it, though. You feel me? Like, it don't matter how many times you might fall. As long as you get up, you good money. I ain't gonna lie, chat. Just don't stay down. Just make sure you keep getting up. Real.
So I learned about this idea called the region beta paradox, right? So the region beta paradox, imagine that if you were to go a mile or less, you would walk it. And if you were to go more than a mile, you would drive it. Paradoxically, you would go 2 miles quicker than you would go 1 mile. So that means that sometimes worse situations can be better than better situations. And this is an issue when if you only decide to act after you cross a certain threshold of badness or whatever, you can end up being stuck in region beta. So for instance, the friend that should leave his job really needs to leave his job, but it's just about passable. His boss isn't that much of a dick. Maybe the benefits are okay or whatever. Mm-hmm. Or the person that's in a relationship with someone that they really don't want to stay with, and it's not that brilliant, but it's not that bad. They don't abuse them. Everything's okay. The person that stays in an apartment that's got some mold on the ceiling, but it's not too much mold and whatever. All of these people would be better off if their situations were worse, because it would galvanize them into actually doing something. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, I
you
do.
can get stuck in this chasm of comfortable complacency that sits somewhere in the middle. If things are good, great, no problem. If things are bad, great, activation energy to go and make them good. If things are just about passable, you end up being comfortably numb.
Regardless of how I fucking feel and how depressed I am, the sun is gonna fucking shine in the morning, and at nighttime the moon gonna be there, and you gonna look up, these days gonna keep going by. So do you let the days go by and look up and you done wasted a year doing what? Or do you just pick it up? All right, well, gotta figure it out, made some mistakes, life goes on. Let me figure out life from this point.
Hey, bro, look, check me out, bro. I done got to a point where I don't mind being by myself. I done actually grew to like being by myself. Like I like being solo. You wanna know why I like being solo? Cause I don't got time to be around nobody that don't really rock with me. Like I don't got time for nobody to be fake rocking with me. You know what I'm saying? Like they talk behind my back, you know what I'm saying? Smile in my face, talk behind my back, you know what I'm saying? And things of that nature, and I just don't got time for it. So I guess what I'm trying to tell y'all boys is, bro, y'all need to learn how to be by yourself. Y'all need to teach yourself how to be by yourself, how to be alright with being alone, you know what I'm saying? And things of that nature, cause I'm telling y'all, boy, it's gonna come a time where y'all gonna need to know how to be alone, know how to be by yourself, and you ain't gonna be able to deal with it because you so used to depending on other people for your happiness that like when it come time to, you know what I'm saying, be by yourself, you might go crazy.
I feel like nowadays people hate doing things by themselves. If you are out there in the restaurant eating alone, some people might look at you and be like, oh, that person probably doesn't have any friends, so he's just eating by himself, and they're gonna be patronizing you, kind of look down on you. A lot of people kind of have this idea that if you do things alone, it means you don't really have any friends, so you look more lonely. You don't fit in the society because you don't have those people that can do those things with you. But that's not true. It's completely okay to be alone. We create this scenario in our head that's not true. So even if you want to go somewhere, you want to visit this art exhibitions, or you want to go to this cool museum or a cafe, if you don't have any friends to go with, then you don't really get the motivation to go there alone and do it by yourself because you just don't want to be seen being alone. I've always liked doing things alone, but that doesn't make me a loser.
All right, this video is for you young adults out there that are feeling kind of lost right now. And maybe it's not lost, maybe you know where you're going and where you're headed, or at least you know a general direction, but you're not there yet. And you're starting to wonder, like, is this ever gonna happen for me? I'm going through a similar season. That's why I'm making this video, because surely there's somebody else out there that is feeling the same way. You know, you have a lot of drive, you have a lot of ambition. Things just haven't clicked for you yet, I guess. And one day you wake up feeling that it can all happen tomorrow and you're on top of the world, and sometimes you're a little down because it feels like it won't ever happen at all. That's how it's felt for me lately, and I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing. I just think it means we're aware, you know? We're aware of the current season of life we're in. And I think that's exactly what it is. It's just a season of life. That's something I think about a lot too. Like, people who have made it beyond where I've made it have probably been through this season and thought the same exact things that I'm thinking right now. And things like that give me comfort, because there are plenty of people that are out there that have done what I want to do that came from less than what I came from. So I know it's possible, and knowing that they went through a season like this as well is kind of what keeps me going. And I hope that's what keeps you going. If you're out there, you don't really know what you're doing, you know, you're lost, you want to make progress, but you don't even know what tasks to complete every single day in order to make progress, just start taking action. Something I heard the other day is, you know, he basically started it out with saying, what do you do when you're lost in the woods? And the other guy says, I don't know. And the speaker says, you start walking. Why do you start walking? Because if you don't, you're gonna starve to death. Nothing will happen if you just stay stuck in the woods. If you start walking and you figure out after 2 days that you're in you went the complete wrong direction, That's fine. Now you know which direction that you can't go, or you at least tried a direction, you know that it's not the direction that you need to go in. So now you turn around and you start walking out and going the other way. So basically the whole idea is to just take action. You find out through doing, not by thinking. I think that's the biggest thing that I've picked up on over the last few months is you figure it out by doing, not by thinking.
A lot of people, it's hard to imagine, but you have to learn how to fail. Because I'm gonna explain this to you. I had big dreams. A lot of us have big dreams, big goals. And when you have goals that are maybe outside your reach, you have to know that getting to that goal, you're gonna have a lot of bad days, a lot of setbacks. So like when I was losing 106 pounds in 3 months, the first 2 months or first 2 weeks, it's like I was gaining weight. You know, I would lose a pound, gain 2. So I was just failing. I kept failing and kept failing and kept failing. So I had to teach myself how to fail right. And what that means is when I fail, I can't spend much time in that fail zone. I have to be able to get up and get after the next day just as fast because my goals were to be a Navy SEAL. I don't have time to stay here and feel bad for myself for weeks and months and years because I'll lose that time. So the big thing is know that if you have big goals and big dreams, along the way, failure is going to happen. So how fast do you get up from that? And you got to teach yourself that.